is Thursday. We've had a bit of a busy, sort of hectic beginning of the week. Monday and Tuesday we spent the entire day, weeding and planting the garden. So the garden is all done for the next week. And then, you guys didn't eat, did you? And then Wednesday, we had to do the animal shuffle around here. I had to lock up Miss Brown, the white turkey, because she had a nest and something got all of her eggs. Well, then she wanted to rebreed, but she wanted to breed with Mr. Blue. Thank you. She wanted to breed with Mr. Blue, the black turkey. And I was trying to get some purebred turkeys this year. So the only place I had to lock her up, thank you, Ruby. The only place I had to lock her up was the greenhouse coop, which is where I had all those chickens. So the first thing we had to do was move all these roosters. So we have two roosters up here, the Silver Lace Wyandotte and the Whiting True Green rooster. He's hiding back there in the shade. And then down here we have the Buff Orpington rooster. We let all of the hens from the greenhouse coop. We put them out here in Barnyard B, super bright right now. But they didn't stick around. Nope. As soon as we put them out here, they started jumping the fence and going back up, because a while back, before they went in the greenhouse coop, they were living out there around the quail house. And then they had gotten into my garden, so we put them into the greenhouse coop. So now they're back, wanting to get back in the quail house, which I can't allow right now. Yeah, so they're out and about. Can't wait till this barn is done. Then we let the peacocks out. Now this guy came back last night and wanted to get in to, not here where he's been for the last couple months. He wanted to get back into here where he grew up, but Matilda is sitting on her eggs in there. So we did lock him up last night to try to teach him to come back. His buddy now, the other male peacock, just spent like 36 hours up in a very tall tree. He would not come down. Wow, this gate's open. That's not good. Anyways, so he spent the last 36 hours up on a tree. He wouldn't come down. He didn't come down to eat. He didn't come down to drink. And I was getting very worried about him. And when I first woke up this morning, I noticed he was still in the tree. And then when I just now came out, I didn't see him up there. It's only, well, it's 6:50 right now. And I didn't see him up there. So I'm not sure where he went to, but I'm glad he got down out of the tree. Now, the next shuffle we had to do was with the rabbits. Well, first off, we had Casper, our buck rabbit, in the little house that the roosters are in now. So we had to put him back into his original pen. And the reason he was down there was just because of the ear mites. So now up here at the rabbit hutches, we had to do another animal shuffle. Because in here we have the sweet rabbit. We now have this chicken who is gonna bite me if I reach in there. Oh, you're okay. But she, can I see what you have? Let me see. She hatched out a chick. Yes, I see you and I see your chick. she was sitting on 3 eggs in the hen house. And I got tired. She's always broody, like always. And I got tired of fighting her and taking her down every day, so I just let her set the eggs. And I didn't really put much thought into it. Well, that was kind of a mistake because she ended up hatching one and I didn't have anywhere ready to put her. We now have this rabbit in the top of Casper's hutch. And Casper is down here on the bottom. Good morning, Casper. Looks like he's getting peed on by the doe up top. We need to come up with something. And I would put the doe back in here with this doe, but she was rebred and the other one's kind of mean. So, here you go, sweetie. So I didn't want to put them together just in case this one's actually pregnant. But she needs some water. But seeing the condition of Casper now, he's definitely been peed on. I'm gonna have to, again, do an animal shuffle and figure out where to put that other doe. I mean, if I have to, I can just put her in a cage for now. So here in the greenhouse coop, we have Miss Brown and Ferguson. And Miss Brown is not interested in breeding with Ferguson at all, no matter what. Right up here, let's see if we can see it here. Way up there somewhere is where that peacock hung out for 36 hours. But I don't know where he went to now. I didn't see him get down, so I don't know. Now, also yesterday, we worked on this pen that we got from my neighbor. He just gave it away free, and at first I turned it down, and then I realized, you know, that might come in handy. So I built this door on this end, and it's got a roost in it. That was in it when he gave it to me. This has a hole in it, so I just threw a board over it and screwed it down for now. And I built that door because this lady in here, let's turn the light on. This lady was sitting on 13 eggs. Now I did take 7 of them and put them in the incubator or in the hatcher as soon as I saw that they were pipped. And she's going to bite me too. I want to see what she's got under her. Yesterday she had 3 chicks. Ow, would you stop? Okay, so there's one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't, oh, there's 2. Wonder if they're under her wings. But I did notice she's still got at least 3 eggs under her that haven't hatched. So she is going to go into that pen I just showed you outside with her chicks. I can't let them stay here in the quail house because the chicks would get lost and all the stuff on the floor and they'd die. So she's going to go out there. I'm going to put her out there sometime today, and I might just take the rest of her eggs, candle them, and maybe put them in the hatcher if they're any good. But I did take 6 of hers away from her, 6 of her eggs when they were pipped, and we stuck them in the hatcher, and they all hatched yesterday. So they will be coming out today And I guess they're gonna join the turkeys over here because we have 3 turkeys we also hatched. So we need to grab some food for the quail. And originally, when I got this, I was going to put my quail in it to grow out, the ones that we're gonna butcher. But this animal shuffle, man, wow. All right, the quail, the turkeys, I'm getting some crumbles. They're not eating very much. There's a ton down there. And you ladies need a little bit of food. What else do we need to do? Oh, I've got eggs in the incubator. I took 10 eggs away from Matilda because she had over 20. So those are in the incubator. And then there's a chicken egg in there because the hen that was setting the eggs in the hen house, she had 3 eggs. One broke, threw it away, and like a week later I went to look again to see if anything had pipped yet, and she had 3 eggs and I didn't think anything of it. And then I was talking to Ocean, he's like, but shouldn't she only have 2 eggs? And I was like, oh no. So I went in and counted her eggs. I took out the one that was the least developed and I put it in the incubator, and I left her with the other 2. So somebody else laid an egg in her nest and she incubated that one, and I didn't want to throw it away because it was a live chick and I would just feel bad just throwing it away. So I threw it in the incubator. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but there you have it. So I need to finish up my chores, and we have got to get back to work on the barn. We have to do some milling today, I hope. We have some parts that we need to put on the mill and then hopefully get some milling done. But I need to finish up the chores and then we will head down to the mill today. Okay, we're down here at the sawmill, or I am. Eddie's bringing the truck down. And I did a video on us getting some wavy cuts on the sawmill. And we changed the blade and it seemed to get better. But we're going through the blades like one log and then it's cutting wavy again. So we talked to Woodland Mills, and I know a couple of people have commented about this, but they sent us these new bushings for the head, and it came with some instructions. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to put these new bushings on, and let me show you where they go here. So we've got lots of spider webs here. Let's go to the other side. So right here on, this is the upright, this is the part that slides up and down to bring your blade up and down. This is the head. These plastic, this white in here, that's the bushing, and it has gotten loose to where the head will actually rock. Let's see if I can show that. The head rocks on this part. So we just need to take these bolts out, take this top plate off, and then put the new bushings in here, top and bottom. So what we think might be happening is that when we're going through a log and we hit a hard spot or we hit a knot, but when it hits a harder spot, I think the head is tilting because, you know, those bushings are allowing it to tilt. So I think it's tilting, and then, you know, it goes through it and then it tilts back again. So I think that might be one reason why we're getting such wavy cuts. Now, other than that, we have also ordered some new blades from Wood Miser. I was going to order some from Woodland Mills, but I couldn't get a response from them on Facebook, and I was sort of in a hurry to order some, and it was a little bit cheaper from Wood Miser. So we did order some, but it's going to be like 4 to 6 weeks before we get them. We have one blade left that we have not put on the mill, so hopefully with changing the bearings it will help us to get straighter cuts, and then we have one more blade. So if we have a problem with that blade, then we're going to be SOL for 4 to 6 weeks. But once we get those bearings changed out this morning, or the bushings, then we have a lineup of logs that we need to do before we can start milling for the barn. We have a gum log there that Ocean picked up from somebody. We have 2 cedar logs that we need to mill up for our neighbor, and then we're on to the pine, which we are using for the barn. So the plan today is to get through as many logs as we possibly can. We also have all of these logs behind me here. They're much smaller than what we have been milling, so I'm hoping that means they will go through a lot faster than the bigger ones, and we can get through a bunch of them. I need some 2x6s, some 2x4s, and some 4x4s. So let's see if we can get this all done today. Okay, so these are in 2 pieces so that you can put them on without taking everything totally apart. So they will go together like that, I believe. Okay, so we got the bolts out. I'm just going to lift up this plate and break off this plastic one. I'll hold that up, and Eddie will break that one. The front one you're going to put on first. You're going to angle it in like this, and it's supposed to fit really snug. Okay, you want it all the way up against your post here. Make sure there's no gap on the front here. And now give me that other piece. And now the other piece is just, you're going to flip it over and do it the other way, and you're going to slide it in on the back. And you just drop your plate back down, and you want to start your bolts, but you do not want to tighten them until you have all of them put on. All right, we got all the new bushings in. So hopefully now that's going to make a little bit of a difference on this thing cutting straight or not. For the rest of this video, we're just going to try to zip through as many of these logs as we possibly can. not getting as much milled up as we were hoping. It's 1 o'clock and we're still working on the neighbor's cedar logs, but Eddie is suffering really bad with allergies and I can't do this stuff by myself, so he's a bit miserable. And we got some majorly wavy cuts on the first big cedar log, and so we changed the blade again. I mean, we just put that blade on. We've only done one, I think one log with it. No, we might have done two logs with it, and it started cutting really wavy, so we changed the blade. This is the last sharpened blade that we have, so if it starts cutting wavy again, then I'm gonna blame the place where we got the blades, because we put the new bushings in. The mill does feel really, really sturdy now. Like, I didn't realize how loose everything felt, but now it feels really sturdy. So, I mean, these waves, it's just a constant up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's gotta be the blades. So we just put a new blade on, and as soon as Eddie gets back from taking some more allergy medication, we are going to finish cutting this other cedar log and see if it's still cutting wavy. If it's still cutting wavy, then I don't know what we're gonna do, because like I said earlier, the new blades that we ordered from Wood Miser won't be here for at least 4 to 6 weeks.